out is Monday, August 12th, 2024. Just up the anchor in Marathon in Jellicoe Bay or Peninsula Bay or Harbor. I'm not sure. Seems to have a couple of different names. It used to be called Peninsula Point, apparently. Anyway, irrelevant. Moving onward along the northern shore of Lake Superior. A little more to that story here in a moment, but at least we got this. Well, the scenery here is rather remarkable in its own right.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. The scenery is remarkable. So it's a little after 9 o'clock, same date. And just left Marathon behind back there a little while ago, of course. We are now out on the lake, headed towards a little cove, not too far from Rossport. We're going to anchor tonight. It's an easy day's motoring. And we're kind of amazed at the railroad, which won't show up on here. There's a huge train over there, long one, probably a mile long, following the shoreline. Looks like it goes over right kind of in a rock face, and looks like, in fact, it's going through a tunnel right now. I'd have to get the glasses out to look at it, and a lot of trestles. Interesting that it follows the shoreline so closely. We were going to go up to a cove up here called Coldwell Harbor, just for a change of scenery. We decided against it. Just thought it was too much work to travel 6 miles for a change of scenery, so we were lazy and stayed where we were one more night, which worked out just fine. But one of the reasons we decided not to go up there is because the train ran right by it. Not that it didn't run right by where we were at in Marathon, but we thought, why go to a secluded cove just to listen to the train run by all the time? So anyway, beautiful shoreline up here, and you do kind of get a sense of why everybody considers it so remote. The weather got a little nicer yesterday, and we did see some fishermen going out in smaller boats, but so far we're the only boat like ours that we've seen up in this neck of the woods. Also worth noting that we're probably about as northeast as you can get on Lake Superior. Anyway, we were faced with a couple of days of calm winds, and towards the end of the week there's supposed to be a pretty good blow out of the southeast. And we were doing we're starting to get cold feet, or I was anyway. I'm looking at the distances involved, the time we have left, and stops between here and there, that kind of thing. And I was really considering possibly heading back down the eastern shore, maybe cutting across the lake to something on the Michigan side, and then heading back toward an airplane. Looks like it might be a float plane. Yeah, the side pieces are all wonky. Yep, it's float plane. So anyway, we decided this morning, 2 days of motoring, regardless of what we do, we'll just press on, see if we can't make it to Isle Royale, and whatever stops in between we make, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And nobody misses at home. Nobody will miss us at home. We could be gone for years and nobody would miss us. So if we get back a week late, it's not the end of the world. Probably not much we can't handle on the road as far as anything that might come up. In fact, we've got a couple issues I've got to get a hold of a plumber for today. And also we have a little, well, I won't go into that. That is all.
That is all.
There's Michi. Say hey, Michi.
Hey, Michi.
Love you.
Love you more.
And as a little addendum, there's a rock out here, just barely awash. Probably not visible on this. Also not visible probably is this rock out here. This is hail rock. And And those are McKay rocks. And a little reminder that things can get a little treacherous up here to the feckless navigator. Thompson Channel between Pick Island and the North Shore. This. About 11:35 in the anti-meridian. That's Bottle Point, by the way. It's the middle of August, but it sure feels like the middle of September to me for some reason, or later. And Slate Island's over there. We're not going to get much closer to those. They're not going to show up very well on this, but that was one of the must-see places that we were told to go to. I'm not very good about taking advice. Brian and Sue said that was really nice over there. Something called Pikes Bay, I think, that seems to be pretty popular. I think it's there. I've seen that in other videos and that sort of thing. Anyway, we're just for another trip. We're just a little too tight on time to take in everything, so, or at least we feel tight on time. And we want to leave enough time that we can get home without feeling rushed. We'd like to be able to enjoy the trip home. It always seems like we're trying to meet some sort of a deadline.
we're coming into southeast Terrace Bay, or Cove. I don't know which one it's called. But, you know, you gotta be careful how you come in here, because there's rocks everywhere. Relying on Bonnie Doll's description that we're gonna have a good anchor here and a good night's sleep. So let's pray that we do. But here we go. And my darling's at the helm. Better him than me. I am very grateful that we're coming in on a calm day. We had to motor because there wasn't enough wind to sail. But at least you don't have the angry water splashing against all of these rocks, making it more intimidating as we're coming in. Looks like there's a sandy beach over there. I'm not sure if that's where he plans on setting the anchor or behind the islands to get more protection from the wind. That's his judgment call. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like there is some shoaling right off of these rocks over here. There's some breakage on the water. It's pretty.
In youth's spring, it was my lot to hunt of the wide earth a spot, the which I could not love the less. So lovely was the loneliness of a wild lake with black rock bound, and the tall trees that towered round. And when the night had thrown her pall upon this spot upon all, and the stilly breeze would pass me by, I can't remember the rest of the poem.
You did pretty darn good.
But yeah, I am really amazed. Well, I'm not amazed. I really expected that this would remind me of the lake I grew up on, and it certainly does. So we are in a little cove called Lyda Bay.
Lyda Bay?
Yeah, and it doesn't show up on any of the charts as that it's on Google Earth as Lyda Bay. It's a little anchorage recommended by Bonnie Doll, of course. Who else?
Called southeast.
Yeah, something southeast of Terrace Bay. Little cove. Anyway, we arrived here about 1:30, 1:45 this afternoon.
Yep.
Anchored. Absolutely no sweat whatsoever. Might spend another night here, actually. We'd like to advance a little further toward Isle Royal by Thursday, I think. We're supposed to have pretty fair wind. That's a long way out. It's Monday now. Still got Tuesday and Wednesday to go. But anyway, yeah, this is a nice little spot. The amazing thing, however, is that as remote as it seems, there's a little town called Terrace Bay, not too far away. We don't know anything about it other than we realize there's a community as we're motoring past today. And we got here, and you can hear the drone of traffic on a highway back here somewhere, and of course the train going by from time to time. So as remote and wilderness-like as it looks, it's deceiving. You can hear the traffic now.
And we had 2 families, party of 10.
Oh, I don't know. There's yeah, a group of people. There are a couple of picnic tables back here on the beach. We noticed that when we anchored today. So we knew there must be some traffic. There's a trail that there's some sort of a vantage point up here. We know nothing about any of this, but if we stay here tomorrow, we may lower the dink and row over to shore and go check out what there is to see. The town can't be far away. Looks like there's a little launch ramp with some facilities on a beach that can't be more than quarters of a mile away.
Except you have to cross the river to get to
Yeah, well, but I'm assuming there's some sort of trail system or a road or something. Yeah. So for us, probably a relatively easy walk, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we stumble onto a bar and grill that might suit our fancy.
Since yesterday had tiny wings.
Oh yeah, we ate at Biloxi's in Marathon. Biloxi's Wings and Things, and their wings are define wimpy. Wimpy.
We had 2 pounds, 16 wings.
Yeah, I don't think 2 pounds even totaled a pound. So
no, but we were both still hungry after we did that.
We ended up ordering poutine, and if my wife is still hungry after eating a meal, no matter how light, you know it was ridiculously tiny.
Tasted good.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was good. Didn't stop us from drinking 2 pitchers of beer there.
Naughty.
Anyway, beautiful spot. By the way, the poem, so I don't get in any trouble, is The Lake by Edgar Allan Poe. And I wish I remembered more. Something about poisoned waves and a fitting grave and that sort of thing. But I don't remember the nexus from those lines that I recited and what I have now.
And just another look. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's Tuesday, August 13th. I don't know what time it is. 11 something or other, 10 something or other. Bill got me to shore to find out that he's in tennies and you have to cross water to get over here. So he left me and he's rowing to shore. And I'm wearing shoes that I don't care if I get wet. So there you have it. It's an adventure. Always an adventure. Bill is rowing us back out to the boat. Glad she's still here. The water is extremely shallow. I can feel my bottom touch. We walked up to Terrace Bay, met some nice folks along the way. Had lunch at Drifters Pizza and Beer, and we're glad to be heading back to our home on the water. And I'm grateful he's the labor. Tuesday, August 13th, 8:23.
43.
8:43. 8:43. So we did a little bug check. Killed a few spiders. Need to kill one more. Anyway, Lyda Bay, southeast Terrace Bay. Sun's already set over the horizon. Beautiful moon. Beautiful evening. And here we are. We've had a good day.